Up next is SMU and head coach Sonny Dykes. SMU is 4-5 overall, 3-2 in the American. Mustangs played against Houston last week. SMU won the game 45-31. SMU is on the road this week. They'll face UConn at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central on ESPN3. And we can announce now that Ben Hicks of SMU is the American's Offensive Player of the Week, and Karen Mitchell, as SMU's linebacker, is the American's Defensive Player of the Week. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call today. If you just take a minute to tie up the game against Houston, please. Maybe a word or two on Ben's and Karen's performances and what you expect to see as you head up to East Hartford to face UConn on Saturday.
Yeah, thanks. It was a good win for us in our program. You know, our guys felt like had been getting better every week and was pleased with the progress, you know, that we had been making. You know, felt like we, you know, really played pretty well against a very good Cincinnati team the week before and got the game to overtime and couldn't make enough plays to win it. And so it just, you know, felt like we were getting better. And, you know, I got to give our team a lot of credit for bouncing back after a really disappointing loss the week before. And so, you know, they had a great week of practice. We were focused and guys were excited to play. And, you know, I thought we played, you know, our best game of the year, certainly the most complete game. You know, I felt like we played well on offense and defense and on special teams as well. And I think that's really the first time all year that we've done that. So it was a good win for us. And, you know, it's like I told our players after the game, you know, that's you know, they need to feel good. They need to be excited about it. But I think our trip to Connecticut this week really, you know, says more about who we are as a program than what happened last week. Just our ability to get on the road and go play well and travel and do all the things and play an early game and all the things that we're going to have to do this week to have a chance to win. And so, you know, I think our guys are making some progress and hopefully we can, you know, keep taking a step in the right direction.
Any questions for Coach Dykes, please? Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue, then the operator will introduce you.
Moving on, we'll take our first question from Billy and Bowie from 247 Sports.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win. Just something I picked up on, maybe it was just on Twitter, but a lot of the players seem to be talking about November. Is that something that you guys have brought up as a staff as far as a mindset going into the back part of the year?
Yeah, that's something that we talked about, you know, early on, just about, you know, we want to be playing relevant games in November, you know, games, you know, to try to become bowl eligible or, you know, games to try to compete for a, you know, a conference championship. And so, you know, that's kind of been a theme of ours all year is let's try to get this thing to November if we possibly can. And so, you know, I think that's something that our players have, you know, thought about and have strived for this year. And you know, I'm happy that we're here in November and we still have some goals that we can achieve.
And then just injury updates on Gary Wiley, Jordan Wyatt, Nick Mator, Chad Persley, if you have them.
Yeah, you know, I think Chad's doing better. You know, I was kind of hopeful he might play last week and just didn't progress maybe as quickly as we hoped. You know, Nick had season-ending back surgery, had a disc issue, so he'll be out for the remainder of the year, and that's a tough loss for us. He's a senior that you know, has provided a lot of leadership, has played a lot of games here, has really been a good player. So he'll be out, as I said, the remainder of the season. You know, Gary Wiley is okay. I think he just had, you know, just a mild shoulder injury, and I expect him to recover. I think he practiced in a limited role last night. And then who was the other? Did you ask about?
Jordan Wyatt.
Yeah, Jordan had a little bit of an ankle that he sprained, you know, in practice earlier in the week. You know, we warmed him up. He didn't feel great. I would expect that he would play this week.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Billy.
Moving on, we'll take another question from Chris Panini from The Athletic.
Sonny, you guys actually, after that last win, have an outside shot at the division title if you guys take care of your own business. What do you kind of make of the league this year, and especially your division? A lot of coming into November, a lot of teams have a chance for that division title.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just shows that the league has a lot of depth. I mean, I think, if you look around week to week, there's just always surprises, in the league. I know a bunch of underdogs won, this past week, and some of them won in kind of convincing ways. And so it's, I think everybody in the league has talent. I think everybody in the league is improving. I think the teams are well coached. I think the league is deeper than people think. And what happens is when you get to this point of the season, everybody starts knocking everybody off, and there's a lot of really good football teams. And, the thing that you look, when you start looking at strength of schedule, and you look at some of the teams in our league, Tulane, I think, is number 12 in their strength of schedule. I think Connecticut's 20 in their strength of schedule. I believe we're 22nd in our strength of schedule. And so, you've got a lot of teams playing a really tough, both a non-conference schedule, and then when they get into the league, it's a tough league, and it just has a lot of depth. And so, I think that just speaks to the, to the teams in the league.
All right, thanks, Sonny.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
But now we'll take our next question from Jerry Fraley from Dallas Morning News.
Great. Thank you. Hey, Sonny. Hey, you've made two really, I think, bold decisions this year with Ben Hicks, in that you went to him in overtime in the Navy game and you won, and you stayed with him this past weekend after the interception against Cincinnati, and he responded. What do you see in Ben Hicks? Or what is there that tells you don't walk away from this kid? Keep working with him. It's going to be there.
Well, I think the thing that as coaches, we get the opportunity to see these guys, 20 hours a week, practice and prepare and work. And so we get a chance to see a lot of things that the fans and people in the media don't really get a chance to see. And that's just how guys prepare and how they work and the kind of success they have in practice and, the improvement that players make. And then we also, have kind of get to be able to put things in perspective and look at, and have a pretty good idea. Okay, look, this is a tough defense. This is going to be tough on the quarterback, and this defense may not be as good as another one, or just all these type of things that allow you to evaluate a player's performance, and then and also we get an idea of all the moving pieces. And so and this has been a common theme for our team and really for every player in our team, not only Ben, but we just wanted improvement. We wanted steady improvement. We wanted to develop confidence in our scheme. We wanted to develop confidence in the rest of our players on our offense, and then confidence just in yourself. And that confidence comes from preparation and having a level of success. And so there's a lot of factors that go into making a decision on who's going to play and who's not. And sometimes some of the things that may be less defined for people outside of the program are really pretty easy to see, from a coaching perspective. And so, I believe, Ben's worked really hard. I think he continues to become more and more confident. He's done a great job of handling the situation that he was in, where he had been a starter around here for a long time and had some success, and all of a sudden won the starter. And, he's taken much better care of the ball. And I think that was the message that we wanted to send, was let's take care of the ball. And, and he's done a good job of doing that. And it's given us a chance to win every Saturday. And, I think he took another step in the right direction, this past week against a good Houston team. And so, we say it all the time, but we believe Ben gives us the best chance to win. And, and we're starting to really have a lot of confidence in his ability to do that.
Great. Thank you, Sonny.
Okay. Thanks, Jerry.
Coach, we thank you as always for your time this week. We look forward to hearing from you once again next Monday.